Here comes Bod. Hey everybody, can you give me a 5x5 please? That would really help. And also let me know if there's an echo, because that can be sorted. I just need some confirmation from you wonderful guys. Now we're doing something completely bloody different tonight. We've never been done before. Thank you, Time Lord, for being the first. Yes, thank you. No more. It's done now. 5x5. That's good. That's really important. That means you guys and girls can hear me. Now listen, this live stream is very unique. I've never ever done anything like this before. I've driven all the way to England from where I live in the middle of Wales just for this very special live stream. I thought it poignant and I wanted to test myself. Now we are going to be talking about the online safety bill tonight and what it actually means and how this is going to unfold for everyone. So basically, you're going to like this. I've driven to England and I'm parked literally over there just outside GCHQ near Cheltenham. Yes, true. I know. I wanted to see if it would work. I've done a few test setups in the past, and yes, I'm completely mobile in my vehicle. I've got my EcoFlow power bank. I've got an Anchor power bank. I've got Wi-Fi hotspot, everything set up and connected, 100% mobile. And luckily, right near GCHQ is a cell tower, providing me with data so I can convert into Wi-Fi to do this special live stream. I thought it'd be quite ballsy to speak about this right under their noses at the listening place, GCHQ. Yes, I did it and it works. So we got a 5x5. We know that that works. What else have we got to say? 564 people in the chat right now. That's really cool. It's good to know. So what I've done earlier, I wanted to see how many people joins the channel in the last 28 days. And I'm going to show you guys here. I don't know if that's going to pick it up. There you go. 3,117 new subscribers to the channel. So if you're new and you're watching this for the first time, first of all, thank you so much for subscribing. It's the only way to grow this channel, along with hitting the thumbs up. We got some cool moderators who are going to be prompting people to do just that. It really helps. So yes, you guys who are new, just real quickly, this has ended up just by nature and intuition being my full-time job. And let me tell you this, it is not easy to live and make videos on YouTube. It's very difficult. So if you can donate to this channel, it really helps. Everything you're going to need to know is underneath the video. You click more and it's got PayPal, buy me a coffee and Ko-fi, along with all of the super chat stuff which is going on right now live in the chat. Also, like I say, you can do super thanks as well. So on the replay, once this is uploaded, absolutely, it really helps. I'm literally doing this all by myself. I haven't got a team behind me. And the reason why I'm doing videos like this is because I want to do my bit for our younger generation moving forward, because we are living in pretty crap times. And we're trying to really dig deep into what is going on, how it's going to affect us, and how we can prepare for it. Because at the end of the day, we're not just preppers, we are aware preppers. There's a big difference. So thank you for all you new guys who have subscribed. It really helps. Let me just check. Also, the mailing list. Now, I have recently been incommunicado with a couple of guys who are sorting out the website for me. And we are going to go for a live launch before Christmas. Yes, it's been so long in the making. I know so much has happened with the guys doing the website and with me as well, lots. But that is definitely coming before Christmas. That's a guarantee. So if you haven't done so already, I urge you to sign up to the mailing list. That is below the video as well. And basically, that's a good way for me to keep in communications with you guys. Should something happen to this YouTube channel, I have had a visit for real, and I have been shadow banned more than 8 times now. So it's very difficult to get information out there. So all of the donations and all of you guys signed up to the mailing list really helps. I'm going to be doing a newsletter this week as well, so stay tuned for that. Sorry, next week. What else can we show? Yes, if any of you guys want to send me an email about anything that you want regards what you're seeing and hearing, which you think is going to be of value to our wonderful community, don't delay, just send me an email and I will get through them. There's currently a backlog because I have just been inundated. There's around 2,000 which needs to go through, so bear with me, I will get to them. So because of the nature of the information, I'm trying to go from the newest ones to the oldest ones. Let me see if I can bring that focus back into my Chevy Chase here. Probably not. That's, if you hear them weird noises, don't worry, it's the power bank giving me power because I'm out here. So yeah, send me an email, it's cool. Also, I had a message on, what was it, Instagram yesterday morning. Someone wanted to send something to this channel, and yes, there is a shipping address or PO box underneath this video. That really helps. Just click more and all of that address is live. So before we crack on, if you're watching from the replay, don't worry, you can probably skip another 5 minutes past this and we'll be getting into the nitty-gritty. We're just giving some people time to join the live chat because this is awesome. You waiting one day, if you get a chance and you get subscribed and notified and you get a chance to be in the live chat, it's amazing. There's really good people there. So what we need to do now is find out where you guys are watching from. So we're hopping over into the chat right now because I'm always curious to see where you guys are, etc. So first off the bat is Louise from Lincolnshire. Hi Louise, that's awesome. We got Rossi over from Worcester. We've got Mel Pence from Lincoln. Check it out. We got Never Look Back Again. Hi dude from Nebraska. We have got Beardbox in BRECON. Awesome. And we got Nidge over in Anglesey. Awesome. Gunnar. Hey dude. All the way from Norway. And a member too. Congratulations for being a member of the really cool family. Brilliant. And what else have we got? Pilgrim, another cool moderator. Excellent. Good to see you. Brilliant. Fantastic. And also we got Bama Jin, who I believe was the first in the chat tonight. Welcome from Sweet Home Alabama. Check that out. Fantastic. Good to see you. Awesome moderators in the house as well. Darby, that's Shirley. And we've got Pagan Spirit over in Wolverhampton. Great. Good to see everybody. Fran from Ohio, across the pond. Awesome. And Liz, thank God. I hope you are a moderator showing up. That's cool. Good to see you again, Liz. We got London girl, Kaz from London, obviously. Fantastic. We have got Robin from Knots. Nick's over in Thailand. Wow. Check it out. We've got Valerie Vampire. Check. Oh my God, from Bradford. That's insane. We got Hugh down in South Wales. Awesome. Hello, Darren. Come on one of my Silver courses a while back from Norfolk. Brilliant. Good to see you, Daz. Filtered and Awesome up there in Edinburgh. And of course, we got the wonderful Rachel from Cotswolds Flumpkin. Now, that is sweet as you like. Good to see you, Rachel. That's absolutely awesome. Another fine moderator, of course. And we've got Painted Preppers Air Guns, Newcastle. Awesome. And we've got Stephanie from Florida. Now, that is very cool. All the way from across the pond. Now, I love it when you guys are over in America. It really does get that bond because the UK and the US, we are big brothers from a long way back. That's awesome. Incidentally, if you remember to, can you please share this? Copy the link at the top of the screen or whatever it is you're using. Facebook, WhatsApp, and Telegram really help. That's absolutely working, looking at the analytics. So you guys who share, much appreciated. We got a member just joined. Also, we got Tocker from Lincolnshire. We got Yorkshire Outdoors and Survival from West Yorkshire. We got Annie from Sheffield. We have got Divine Souls from Scotland. And we've got Steve at Basingstoke. And we got Michael literally just over there. Can you wave for you working inside? I went past there earlier, and the amount of people walking around with passes and stuff, you thought they'd be a bit more covert than that. But yeah, I am literally right outside GCHQ talking about the online safety bill. So if this live stream gets cancelled, you'll probably know why. And there's no fakery, okay? Awesome. Right, let's go and check. We have John Baldwin. Welcome, John. You are truly part of a really good community. Excellent. The Funky Fam, there are lots of us. There are over 100. So without further ado, I think we shall get stuck into the business. Excellent. Let me just see quickly. Oh, Lisa, thank you for that donation on PayPal. That's excellent. So that works. Excellent. And Keith, towards petrol. Appreciate that, mate, because it's a long way from Wales to I think it's Cheltenham, Gloucestershire or somewhere. So yes, I've got to drive back, so it's gonna be a late one getting home tonight. So appreciate the donations going towards the fuel, because that really helps. And yes, right, what's this say? Beach up, man, good to see you. If you get a knock on the window, you'll share. Yeah, I probably would. So will you guys, probably. So yes, right, timestamp. If you guys want to set a timestamp comment when this video is done, it's 11 minutes after the start of the video. Okay, let's start. The 26th of October, so that is yesterday, the online safety bill received royal assent by King Charles III and will now be known as the Online Safety Act. This is genuine, this is official, and I'm going to show you the evidence of that right here, right now. Here we have it. You can tell by the top of the screen. This is a UK Parliament official website, the Online Safety Act. Can you see that that's changed now? That has been a bill for a long time, a government bill. And as we look down, you can see everything has been ticked. So when it went right back into the House of Commons, the first, second readings were done. It passed committee stage, report stage. The third reading was complete. Then we went over to the House of Lords, where it had its first and second reading. Again, the committee and reporting stages were completed, and the third reading was complete. Then we got to the final stages. These are key. So the consideration of amendments, that was already been done. And that one there, the last one, was empty for quite a while because that required royal assent. Now, what royal assent means is whoever is basically head of the royal family at the time, i.e. King Charles III right now, he has the final say to put this bill into act. This is all genuine. This is now complete. Therefore, now UK law. It was something I hoped I would never, ever have to say. Now, I do get lots of people saying, I've got nothing to hide. I've got nothing to worry about. What's the problem? Well, if you are one of those guys and girls who genuinely mean that, I suggest you unsubscribe and never watch a video that I ever do again, because we are obviously not from the same page. This is a community of aware preppers, not idiots. If you're an idiot, adios amigos. Just like that. It's plain and simple. So yes, pretty much. The Online Safety Act. I know. So as you can imagine, the Online Safety Act, it's not the bill no more, is going to be in conjunction with what the guys and girls do over at MI5. So we're going to have a quick look of what is going on now. This, as you can see, is the genuine MI5 government website. This is no fakery here. Excuse me. And the threat levels. So the current threat level here in the UK, England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland is substantial. That has been the case for quite a while. In Northern Ireland, it is severe, so that is gone up. So we are looking at the levels now of the current threats here inside the United Kingdom. Don't forget, anything outside the United Kingdom is MI6. This is just the UK itself. So substantial, which is the threat level we are at right now, means an attack is likely. Okay, be under no illusion that is genuine. Okay, this is one of the reasons why we need to prepare as much as we possibly can. Okay, be under no illusion there are genuine threats out there, and you've got GCHQ, MI5, and other departments constantly checking for threats. Basically, the MI5 organization is a threat mitigation community with extra powers, as you can appreciate. Oh, thank you very much for that. Filter the noise. Excellent. That is going towards paying for the diesel for me to get from England all the way back to Wales just for this live stream. So that's brilliant. Thank you very much for that donation. I really appreciate it. Well done. That's great. So, yes, the Online Safety Act. They did it. This, believe it or not, now really try and understand what I'm saying here. This is the end of online freedom of speech. Okay, it's the end of online privacy. And if you think I'm clickbait or I'm making it all up or whatever it is, no, it's absolutely the case. We have all seen what happened in 2020, the Trojan horse, as I call it. Okay, what they're saying on the mainstream, obviously, is absolutely not the case. That was brought in for all sorts of reasons. It's pretty much exactly the same like the false flag on 9/11. That happened to bring in loads of powers and loads of laws. Look what's happened since 9/11, and look what's happened since 2020. If you aren't connecting the dots or seeing the changes since these events, then you have got a hell of a lot of homework to do. I've been of this mindset, woke up, as people call it, since 2008. Some of you guys watching now have been waking up recently. 2020 is a prime one. Lots of people woke up in 2020. But guess what? There was loads of traps set because they knew people would wake up. Some of the traps are believing Trump is going to come along and save the world. The Palladians are going to come, the aliens, and they're going to make everything all right just at the last minute. QAnon, or Q, is passing us secret information. So all of the bad guys are going to get wiped out just in the nick of time. All of the children that are hidden under tunnels, and we've got secret military going to get them all. All of these things is a psyop, a psychological operation. It is not the case. It's simply not true. That was set on purpose to trap all of the newly awakened people, moreover, from 2020. Those of us who have been awake for a long time can see right through this. But unfortunately, there's people out there who believe Donald Trump's going to come running along at the last minute and save everyone. No. Believe it or not, if you don't like this, I don't care. It's what I believe, and this is my opinion. Donald Trump, whether you love him or hate him, is absolutely reading the scripts like all of the others. He's got his part to play. If he was genuine and true, he would have been taken out. Remember what happened to President Lincoln. Remember what happened to President Kennedy. You seriously think that Donald Trump is one of the good guys and he's still alive? Think again, Jack. Do some more digging. You will find lots of pictures of Donald Trump, of Klaus Schwab, and all of the rest of them. If it breaks your heart, if you're upset, that's sorry, it is what it is. So, with that being said, I got a little bit sidetracked there. We're looking at 5 Eyes. Now, I spoke about this on recent videos. If you don't know what 5 Eyes are, it's an organization that was set up some time ago now with Australia, Canada, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and the United States of America. Basically, they were set up for all sorts of different reasons and methodologies, but one of them was to end end-to-end encryption. Not so much end it, but be able to get in within that to scan. So basically, everything that you talk about online, end-to-end encryption, P2P, point-to-point, person-to-person, however you want to call it, those days are coming to an end rapid. Okay, so there are ways that you can get around this system, but you are going to need some degree of technical expertise, especially in development and a software architect scenario background. Okay, that is absolutely going to help. If you haven't got that, if you're a normie, pretty much like myself and lots of others, going to find it really difficult to fully understand how you can still communicate online without anyone knowing what you're talking about. So before I carry on, I'm not saying I've got nothing to hide. I don't care who monitors what I say. Well, if you are speaking to like-minded people who all we want to do at the end of the day is to find out what's going on and why. Okay, that's all we want. We're not terrorists. We're not inciting anything. We don't want to do any damage or harm. We just want to know what's going on. So just by that alone, they're going to make it practically impossible for us to communicate in that way. Now, how does that make you feel? Earlier on, when I started this live stream, I done a poll, and it was a simple poll. I just wanted to gauge public opinion. Incidentally, that's just gone over 1,000 votes, not volts. So I said in there, do you value your privacy? Yes or no? 95% of people said yes, they value their privacy. So that is good. That means democracy is speaking. An overwhelming majority has voted in that poll saying, yes, of course it's a big thing to have our privacy. Absolutely. And if anyone doesn't care about what people are saying or doing about your private stuff, well, I can't really help you guys. I really, really can't. So all of that stuff, we're looking at Australia, the European Union, and United States to be of the same level very soon. Okay, so it's going to be called something different in your own countries. So if you're in Australia, it's not going to be called the Online Safety Act. It will be called something else. If you're in Australia, please look into it. If you're in Europe, the same with you guys. If you're in America, United States, that stuff is coming soon. It's very similar to the Patriot Act, but it's going to be ramped up big time. It's going to literally going to be including end-to-end encryption and scanning. Client side, we're going to go into some tech stuff in a minute. So bear with me. I know not everyone's going to get this. I'm not an expert myself. I'm just trying to put the information out there. So if you're keen and you really do value your privacy, hopefully you will try and make an effort in your time to look into this, because this is really going to affect us all. I am not joking. Slave to no man. Hi, dude. Good to see you, mate, as always. Really appreciate that. Oh, wow. Roy, thank you for that donation on PayPal. That is amazing. To support your channel, best wishes. Roy, that's incredible. Thank you for that donation on PayPal. Seriously, really good. And you use friends and family, which is good, because PayPal don't get a huge cut. I get all of that towards this channel. So I really appreciate that, Roy. Seriously. Now, who has heard of CSAM? CSAM. Who has heard of that before? Basically, the Online Safety Bill, which is now an act, they're using a smokescreen. Exactly what they've done in 9/11, exactly what they've done in 2020, exactly what they've done in 7/7. There's a smokescreen. Okay, the smokescreen is the mainstream narrative. CSAM, child sexual abuse material. They are setting up this online safety bill to make sure that there's no exploitation of children online. So in a sense, that sounds fantastic, and that alone is going to sucker punch the majority of the general public here in the UK. But it's not until you dig deeper into this Online Safety Act when you realize the implications of it. Now I am fully aware there are groups like the Big Brother group and all of that sort of thing, Amnesty International. I know who they are and who set them up. I'm just trying to give a broad aspect on this, okay? It is absolutely a smokescreen. Basically, what they're going to be doing is they are going to be scanning all of your encrypted messages, whether it's Proton. So if you've got a Proton email and you're speaking to a friend who's got Proton email, that is true end-to-end encryption. Okay, person to person, they've got the private key, and they're the only people who can read that message. Well, as from very soon, that is no longer going to be the case. All of your emails, if you pay for Proton or Visionary and all of the rest of it, will be scanned. Everyone who is using WhatsApp, everyone who is using Telegram, everyone who is using Signal, everyone who is using Wire, everyone who is using Session, everyone who is using Briar, every single message on all of those platforms will be screened. They will be checked. And they are using the smokescreen of protecting children and blah, blah, blah. But they are going to be looking for keywords. Okay. Keywords. Certain keywords I can't even say here on this YouTube platform. If I say certain keywords, I'm going to be making the same mistake as my friend Richard Vobes did twice now by carrying on, continuing to say keywords. And we all know what happened to Richard Vobes. He got banned from YouTube, not once, but twice. And you can't do nothing about it. You can't pin a comment. You can't delete comments. You can't upload any videos. You can't put anything in the community section. Your hands are tied. So if you upset the terms and conditions on these social media platforms, they can just go just like that. So what can we do about this? Now, hands up, anyone in the chat, or indeed anyone watching this on a replay, in the comment section underneath the video, who uses Linux? Linux. Linux. Does anyone use it? Let me know in the chat if you're watching, okay? And let me know in the comment section. And especially if you want to, let me know via email. That really, really helps, because we need to understand. Oh, wow. I think that's Paola. Wow. Full of hope, get petrol. Dude or lady, that's incredible. Thank you for that donation. So, yes, it looks like the fuel is well and truly being looked after now. So I appreciate that, because I do need to get back. It's going to be a late trip. And it's weird because there was lots of cars here when I parked here earlier. And I think most of them have gone home. There's still a few cars in the car park over there. It's all floodlit. They've got all of the fences. And do you know what? I've not seen any security patrols over there. It's just strange. Maybe because there's so many cameras, they don't feel they need to. But anyway, yes, I'm outside GCHQ in Gloucestershire. If you don't know what it is, look at it. It's the donut, they call it. It's a very, very intensely secure, highly technical, up-to-date, modern construction. And everything inside it absolutely is. They may think you're dogging. What, by myself? Good God, Liz. What do you like? Yes. So the general consensus is move to Linux. I'll tell you for why. Now look at the app owners. Okay, all of the app owners of all of the platforms which I've just spoken about, they are going to be forced to pay fines. So if they don't implement this spyware scanning software tool into all of them platforms to search every single private communication, they are going to get fined, and they're going to continue to be fined. Oh, Pamela, thank you very much. On point as ever. That's awesome. And Kaz, absolutely. Like, share, and subscribe. That really, really important. I'm going to keep that up there, Kaz. You're a star. Thanks for that. And the moderators, you're doing fantastic. I really appreciate it. So, yes, they are going to be continually to be fined. Excuse me. So, who has heard of content scanning? This is what we're talking about now, content scanning. Now, we've all heard about AI, artificial intelligence. That is going to play a pivotal, fundamental role with this new acquisition, which is going to be rolled out over the coming months. Believe it or not, your messages are going to be intercepted. Seriously. Thank you, Beverly. Awesome. Really appreciate that. That's cool. Oh, man, I've lost Kaz's thing now. Where is it? It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. There it is. That's done on the screen. But yes, content scanning. Basically, they are going to be scanning your content. Doesn't take a genius to understand that. Who has heard of client-side scanning? It's a completely different thing. Now, all mobile devices, apart from certain ones, are going to have this already on their device. Okay, all it needs to be done remotely is to be switched on. Now, the only way that I can see this happening is either the apps involved are going to be updated, or if you're one of those guys and girls who accept the update your smartphone. I'll let you into a secret. I got this smartphone, and yes, I always cover up the camera lens on there because I just don't like being spied on. Okay, I don't. And yes, they can look at that camera anytime they want. And if you're an iPhone user, that camera takes a photograph every 3 seconds. Yes, look into it. It'll freak you right out. Someone done a recording with infrared and they saw that phone flash every 3 seconds. So if you're an Apple user, we've got an iPhone, just get out of it. To be honest, and this is a personal note, I don't know who the hell would buy anything from Apple or an iPhone. Okay, iPhones, I can't stand them, and people who get them, I really don't understand either. So if you are an iPhone user and you're watching this, I'm sorry, but I'm just being honest. If you wanted to get some headphones for your iPhone, no, you have to get the iPhone ones. Ah, that's a bummer. If I wanted to download some free music, no, you have to pay for them on iTunes. Ah, right, okay. Well, what if I wanted certain apps which I can get on Android? No. If you can't get them on the iStore, you can't get them. Any company which is putting that upon people, and no friends of mine, and he never will be. I will never, ever own an Apple phone. So yes, if you do own one, it's your own loss. I'm telling you, you've lost so much freedom just by signing up to an iPhone. It's crazy. It's bonkers. And yes, I know someone personally who sent their phone away to get access into emails by all of the security, and it got in there quite easy. So if you think an iPhone's secure, think again, Jack. They are not. There's people out there that can hack into iPhones like that. So think about it. Get Android, get Linux on there, get past all of this. We're going to go into it. Thank you ever so much for, can I say that? Bus Driving Ninja. Thank you for that super sticker. That's fantastic. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That really helps the channel. Like I said, I'm a one-man band. I do all of this myself. I spend all of my time mainly researching to give content to you before anyone else does. Now, I'm not blowing my own trumpet, really. The amount of videos that I've done, and I've put stuff out there, I'm finding friends of mine, Neil McCoy Ward, M. Tasui, whatever his name is, and some Dr. Campbell. I find loads of these people's talking about the stuff that I spoke about 8 months before. So this usually is looking to be a sort of cutting edge thing. So I'm a one-man band, and all of those donations really help, because without you guys, I'm going to have to stop all this and just go back to in the rat race. So you guys are really helping me to carry on doing this. So client-side scanning is already on the device. Okay. Now, what else do we know? Signal, WhatsApp, and Session. They said publicly that if this comes into play, which it just has yesterday, like we saw earlier, that they are going to leave the UK if they are being threatened with fines trying to impose this client-side scanning software to be activated within all devices. Yes, laptops, smartphones, tablets. So think about it. Do you use Signal on your phone? Do you use it? Do you use WhatsApp? How many people use WhatsApp out there? How many people use Session? Session's a little bit more advanced with QR codes, and you copy those as text and you generate keys. So you've got a one-time conversation which can be removed whenever, a time limit put on there. Session's really good. What about Wire and Briar? They're other ones as well. How many of you guys watch that or use them? Sorry. Phoenix, Snake UK, Signal will leave, I think. Yes, I use Signal myself. I think it's fantastic. Very, very simple and easy to use, and it's very, very secure. I used to know someone a while ago now who is in the intelligence community, and he said to me, Signal is one of the best. If you want to go a bit higher up, a bit more secure, Session is very good, and Wire. Session and Wire are very, very good. Pilgrim, he says you use Brave. Brave is good. I would use Brave with Start Page. Okay, get Start Page, put on your Brave browser. Okay, run it through a VPN through 3 countries. Try. Okay, make sure that it's got a WireGuard on your VPN. That's what I know so far to browse safely without being spied on. If you really want to take that to the max, run it through Linux software on your iOS. Okay, that's what people are recommending. Now, client-side scanning. So, possible software update on your phone. Like I said earlier, when you get a message on your phone to say update software or software update, and you do it, how many of you have done that? How many people watching this now who have got a software update message on their phone and you've clicked update or install? How many people have done that? Let me know in the chat, or indeed in the comment section underneath. Let me know if you've done that. Now, I got this smartphone contract for 3 years back in 2020. It's expired. I've got SIM only now. But listen, when I got that smartphone, I have never updated the software. Never. I think I've done it once when I first got it. I had no choice. Once it was updated, then I can use it. After that, I never, ever, ever updated the software. Now, here's a pro tip. If any of you guys and girls are on Instagram and you've done the same as me, you've never updated the software on your smartphone, what will tend to happen is it will slow down and you won't be able to look at comments. There's a way around that, okay? You go into your settings in your phone. Once you've gone into your settings, you go to apps. Once you've done that, you scroll down to where it says Instagram, you click onto that. You scroll down to where it says storage, and you go clear cache. Sometimes it will start playing up anything over 250 meg, okay? Sometimes it will go 600 or 700. When you start getting 600 or 700 megs of cache in that app, you need to clear the cache. Once you've done that, you have to force stop. So press full stop, come out of it, go back into Instagram, everything will be like brand new again. So if you've been having problems with Instagram, if you're not updating your device, like I said, I don't, that was what can happen, okay? So who has heard of Windows Defender? Yes, Windows Defender. Yes. Well, what does Windows Defender actually do? Now, I want you to pay close attention to what I'm going to say now, okay? Windows Defender, scanning for viruses. We've all heard of viruses before. In fact, I might get in trouble just for saying that word. That's how crazy we are in 2023 here in the United Kingdom, just before Halloween in 2023, just for a reference point. So, Windows Defender, what does it do? It scans, just like we said. It finds things, okay? Well, what does it do after it finds things? It quarantines things. Are you starting to understand this now? And once it's quarantined it, it reports it. It's the same idea as what is going to be happening with client-side scanning within encrypted messaging platforms or apps. It's exactly what it's going to do. So my advice or my opinion is if you do run any antivirus software, get rid of them. Uninstall them, clean your computer, don't use them again. All of those guys are scanning your information. Every time they do updates and stuff, what's it doing? It's copying everything off your computer, all of your data. It's the greatest scam ever. So apparently that's already happened with Apple computers, Microsoft and Google, iOS. All of that stuff, you're going to have a problem with all of this scanning technology within it, okay? It's pretty crazy. Now, like I said, Linux, it's free and it's open source. Basically, that means if you use Linux, you can get around this system, okay? So Android open source, it's the same sort of thing. You can get that put onto your phone, copy and make a fork if you're using Linux. Now, I know some of this is going to go over the heads of a lot of people, but look into it, okay? If you're unsure, pause it, play it, write it down, and look into it. Okay, this is the sort of stuff that we are going to need to learn if you want to keep some degree of safety whilst online. Session manager through Linux. Now that would be a good place to start. So you finally get Linux on your iOS, on your Android, you get that on there and you install Session Manager, you are pretty much going to be good to go. Okay, who has heard of OSMITM? Only works if both users have Linux. So if you're using Linux on your smartphone and you're using like Wire or Session and you're trying to send a message to someone who hasn't got Linux, but guess what? They're going to receive that information. It's all going to be copied from their device because they're not on Linux, and all of that message is going to be decrypted, therefore revealing your private data. Okay, so the only way this is going to work is if everyone goes on Linux. Look into it. It's crazy. So Ubuntu, who's heard of that? I'll spell it. UBUNTU and Mint. Use them on older PCs and older computers. Okay. Now, I know, and I said this at the start of the video, right? Some people are going to say, I've got nothing to hide. So what? And if you're watching this, really think about what you're saying. So, everyone who says, I've got nothing to hide, would you open all of your windows at night? You got nothing to hide? Turn all your lights on, let everyone see. Why should you have any privacy? You got nothing to hide. Would you leave your front door wide open all day and go to work? You got nothing to hide. Let people come in and see. Doesn't bother you. So if you are one of those guys and girls who have no concerns about the online safety bill because they say, I've got nothing to hide, those people who say that are 100% true, genuine, friggin' retards. And we need to do our very best to distance ourselves from the retards. The retards are the reason why we are having this fundamental big friggin' problem with people following the law. Look what's happening. Yes, indeed. Look what's happening. Look what's happened since 2020. The retards. I've got nothing to worry about. You, my friend, are the frigging problem. You are. Kami Tenchi, thanks for that donation, sir. So, AOSB. Who has heard of AOSB? So, basically, you're looking at no Google apps. Okay. If you want to learn more about this, there's a friend of mine he lives in LA. He's a Filipino guy. His name's Rob. Some of you might have known him already as Rob Braxman. Okay. The internet privacy guy. Check that guy out because he really deep dives into this. I'm just literally skirting around the top of this iceberg. That guy will tunnel to the very root of the iceberg. So if you really want to know more about privacy on the internet, I suggest you watch my friend Rob Braxman, Braxman. So yeah, you're basically thinking of de-Googled phones, okay? And he actually sells them. You can get a smartphone. It's got nothing Google on there, providing you keep to things where you're not tempted to get anything Google on there. You can pretty much use that, and no one's going to be looking at what you're up to. So you've got complete privacy on a smartphone. It is possible, believe it or not, and it's very difficult. This guy's a legend. Rob Braxman, check him out. Some of you guys are probably already mentioning insane. But yeah. So what are we getting at? Linux operating system, phones, Android, open source. That's where you need to start looking into now, because this, what the Kings just signed over yesterday, this is going to literally just happen. It's going to happen very quick. Okay. Now, I would imagine they're going to be releasing some sort of message like a tick box with a consent thing regards this. And it's all going to be aimed at saving the children online. Okay. As soon as you tick that, you consent to them looking through every single frigging private message, every email, everything online. They are going to be reading. It's none of their business. It's crazy. So look at TSL, so government apps, right? Do not download government apps. I know this sounds like a stupid question, but how many people watching this right now downloaded the C19 app onto their phones? I suspect no one did. But be honest. Now, listen, I'm not going to laugh or mock you. If you did, say that you did, okay? It'd be interesting to see. But the advice which is coming out from the tech guys regarding this change, which is coming real soon now, don't forget the king has signed it into law. This will become legal very soon, and it will be before Christmas, so not long, okay? How many people downloaded that app, the C Pass with the QR code? So basically, any apps which come out for the NHS or any governmental body, do not download that app. Do not do it. You're more than welcome to if you don't care about your privacy. Let's look at the poll. This is live. 95%, 1,554 people have voted. 95% of everyone who voted right now has said they do value privacy. So that's a good thing. We should value privacy. So don't forget to stay towards the end of this live stream, because we are going to be talking some frigging truths here, okay? Now, I know lots of you are with me for when I talk that, okay? Stay tuned. Don't drop out. If you have to, come back for the last 20 minutes or so. It's needed. It really, really is needed. So, HTTPS, you know where you see the little padlock on there? The encryption protocol. So, TLS or SSL as it was done. You're looking at RSA certificates. Now, you're looking at public and private keys. All of those things look into. So, fake root certificates. You only got to do that once. Once they've done that, they've literally got access to your entire computer. Everything. Avast. You remember the anti-security, sorry, the anti-virus stuff? Avast or Avast? Get rid of it. Dodgy as hell. They use private keys. Okay, so basically they're creating fake certificates to root through all of your data. Okay, they are using it with anti-phishing. So you've got phishing with the PH. They are using that as their excuse to go through and scan for phishing stuff. But what they're doing is they're scanning and they're copying, selling it to the highest bidder. Data is the new gold. Data is the new oil. Data is worth fortunes in the hands of certain people. Okay, we need to make sure that our data is ours. How many times do you go on a website now where it says like accept cookies or reject all cookies? I'm one of those guys who reject all cookies. Let me know if you're with me. Let me know in the comment section or in the chat if you're watching live right now. Do you click, when you go into a website, reject all cookies? Are you that guy? Are you that girl? Do you? Really? I do. So yes, all these things we need to be fully aware of. 1,652. Thank you very much indeed. You guys are awesome. M says, yeah, don't tread on me. Yep, no cookies allowed here. Fantastic. When you bite into a cookie, it leaves crumbs. And those crumbs could leave you to your location and track you. Don't play the silly game. So basically, you're saying no to any antivirus software. Who has heard of Symantec or Symantec? Remember those guys back in the day? I do. I used to use Symantec a long time ago. Way back in 2006, I think it was. Bloody hell. What them guys done, and they got found out, they brought VeriSign. Who remembers VeriSign? They were really sneaky. They were basically issuing those fake certificates and SSLs. Those Symantecs, they was well kicked in the nuts. So you can bet your bottom dollar that if you've got any antivirus software on your PC or in your phone, it's literally copying everything. It's scanning stuff all the time. Get rid of it. So we are now going to be thinking about government mass surveillance. What this bill, now act, actually does is it opens a very big door for lots of very expensive complicated quantum computing and AI systems run riot. And they are going to be going through everything. They're going to be scanning everything. Who remembers the film The Matrix when you saw all of the code coming down? Yeah, it's going to be 24/7. The government are going to be scanning every frigging thing you do on the internet. We are looking at mass surveillance, big time. So, would you? All right, we said earlier on. So you got nothing to fear, you got nothing to hide. I don't care. If you're one of them guys and you're still watching, you got some balls because you're going to get them kicked right now. Would you be happy that the last 30 years worth of emails that you've done, sent and received, go public? You got nothing to hide, right? Do you mind that? Would you be okay? For anyone, anywhere in the world, whether they're a criminal, whether they're your best friend, whether they're your mum, sister, dad, brother, whatever, friends at work, would you be okay for anyone to read through all of your private emails over the last 30 years? And you got nothing to hide or worry about. You, sir, if you agree that that's cool, you are a retard, a retard, a retard. And you are going to lose because you, sir or madam, are part of the problem. You are a retard. Oh my God, Sonny, I love you, sister. Thank you so much. Well, you donated as well. Be safe, all. Hugs, brother. Sonny, Tracy Whitted. You check her out on Instagram. She is dropping truth bombs everywhere. Wow. Great to see you, Sonny. Seriously, is great to see you. Wow, I can't believe it. What a lovely surprise. Thank you for that donation as well. That well helps. And I know you've been through the worst. All right, you don't need to do that, but I really appreciate it. We'll catch up later on in the chat, okay? So, yes. Retards. Don't play with retards, boys and girls. Just let them play by themselves. Let them figure it out in their own time. Sinister. Yes. No room for retards. Retards go away. No, 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 bloody no, no. So, we're looking at free speech. Now, free speech. Where do I start with free speech? It should be a frigging given. Everyone has the right to say whatever they want. At the end of the day, we are human beings on this planet living an experience. Who the friggin' hell has the right to tell you what you can and can't say? I've got a really good friend who lives down in Salisbury. We go to military training areas and there are signs, keep out. We just carry on. And I laughed. I said, are you all right going through there? And he goes, do you know what he said? That's just a sign to me. And it is. When you think about it, it's just a material with words and letters on there. It's just a sign. Okay? Use your intuition. What does your instinct tell you? Do you feel bad about something or good about something? Act accordingly. So yes, at some point, we are going to be getting messages. Now, do you know what? Do you know how hard this is to say? This is really hard for me to say this. Here in the UK, we are going to be seeing messages on our screens saying not available in your country. Not available in your country. Can you see what they're doing? They're shutting down everyone's freedom of speech. You would probably see that sort of message come up in China. Yeah. Think about that for a second. Let that sink in. We all know roughly what's been going on in China. Moreover, the last 3 years. Okay. We've all heard about mass surveillance technology, social credit systems, social credit scores, shaming, public shaming, all of that stuff. Well, guess what? That stuff is coming down the road to us, yes, us, here in the UK. It's coming. What are we going to do about it remains to be seen. How many times have you heard since 2020, this is the line in the sand? How many times have you heard that? Who remembers when, I think it was the Capitol in America, got stormed when Trump and all of the rest of it's going in January? Do you remember that? I couldn't believe it. I smell a rat straight away. I thought, you know what? If this was real, it wouldn't be so laid back and unguarded like that. That was absolute theatre. That was a freaking goddamn pantomime. What happened in the inauguration? What happened in America was freaking unbelievable. Do you remember when they barricaded all the way around the White House and no one was allowed in? How friggin' democratic is that? Stolen votes. Yeah, of course it was. Absolutely, it was stolen. So, Liam, it's an invasion. Yeah, absolutely it is. It's incredible. Now, what about solutions? Now, I've looked into this, but if you want to communicate privately with anyone, friends, whatever, do you know what will absolutely work? You're not going to believe this. A fax machine. Who remembers a fax machine? Yeah. All you need, and this is the downside, all you need is a landline. Okay? So you need to pay line rental every 3 months to BT or whatever it is. You have a fax machine. You share that number with people that you trust in your inner group, your circle, your friends, and you can fax each other. No one else can see the information written on that fax. Period. That's the only way that I can see that working. Someone's just put in the chat, Phoenix, pages. Pages are okay, but guess what? You had to type that on a computer and send it to pages. So if you can do that on a computer without being on the internet and that sort of set up somehow, maybe it work. The only downside with pages, you can only receive information, you can't transmit. So in my opinion, communications is a two-way street. Okay, so I'm just saying you can communicate in person without cell phones. Engineered to succeed. Yes. The problem is that we got now is because we've become so globalized. I've got friends personally all around the world. Back in the day before the internet, and yes, I was alive before the internet, before smartphones, we used to go and meet up at the pub. You had groups of friends when the only way you can get together was physically. You had to physically go somewhere. Now I've got friends all around the world. I've got friends in America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Russia, South America, all over Europe, all over the UK. I've got friends all around the place. How difficult is it going to be to communicate with all of those people without someone sticking their nose in, seeing what you're talking about? It's getting harder and harder and harder. The only way that I can see people communicate is people find a way and get fax machines, get a landline and buy the fax paper. Remember that roll of the thin paper you put in there? You can get big rolls of brand new paper for $1 or £1, really cheap. You get yourself a second-hand fax machine for £20. Imagine what you can send and receive to people, giving them heads up about certain things happening, helping friends and loved ones to prepare for certain things without the risk of someone sticking their nose in your conversation and potentially, now this is the thing, potentially stopping that message getting through from sender to recipient. Yes, that will be happening for sure, unless we do something about it. Linda, thank you for that donation over on PayPal. I really appreciate that. Seriously. And Sunny, I can't believe that you're in the chat. Bless you, my love. That's just incredible. It's really good to see you in here. So yes, all of these things, we really need to start thinking about this stuff now. Now, like I said, it will be like China very soon. When you think about it, you go around the UK now, and the amount of surveillance is astonishing. I remember reading a report 4 years ago now, so it's before 2020, that the UK was the most surveilled nation on the planet per head of capita. So basically, the amount of people living in that country and the amount of cameras, the UK has got more than China, believe it or not. The amount of people in China, what is it, between 1 and 2 billion or whatever it is? And they got cameras. But yes, the UK, we are being told we got 60 to 65 million people living in the UK. I think it's a lot more than that. I really do. I think it's over 80 already. But we got so many cameras here in the UK already. But we have a movement active here in the UK, moreover in London, called the Blade Runners. Who has heard of the Blade Runners? If you haven't, Google or YouTube or Facebook or whatever it is, Blade Runners ULEZ, ULEZ, Blade Runners ULEZ. You will see what's been going on. The amount of these ULEZ cameras, which have gone out all over London, recording and monitoring movements of traffic, issuing fines automatically with quantum computing and advanced AI algorithms, literally issuing tickets straight to your devices pretty much instantly. Lots of those cameras are being removed or damaged. Whether you agree with it or not, whether it's right or wrong, it's happening, Jack. And it does appear that that movement of Blade Runners is having an impact. It is working. It's absolutely working. And do you know what Genghis Khan, the Mayor of London, has done recently? He has set up teams of people to patrol and guard these ULEZ cameras. It's just guys and girls wearing a high-vis vest, but all of their faces are covered. They're concealing their identity. And they've got body cameras and all this sort of stuff. So anyone damaging the cameras, they are now going to be challenged by these teams of personnel patrolling ULEZ camera zones. Yes. What does that remind you of? We saw the same in Germany at the start of World War II. We've seen the same in China. We've seen the same in Philippines when communism was a thing. That's all absolutely happened. So you've got to ask yourself, these people who are taking the job to patrol these ULEZ cameras, they are making themselves targets as well. It's a foregone conclusion. Most people are fundamentally against these ULEZ cameras in London, and especially anyone supporting or helping the cause, they are going to be targeted too. It's just how it is. Now, I don't know what's going to happen when I say what I'm about to say now. We're just going to go for it because I am doing this because we need to protect future generations. If we don't do something, at least share information, and we turn a blind eye, guess what? One day it's going to bite you right on the ass. And you need to ask yourself, look in the mirror, look straight in your eyes, and say, what did I do when all of this crap was coming down the pipe? What did I do? And if you can look at yourself in the eyes and you said nothing, you got to live with that. You got a conscience. And that is going to eat away at you like acid through bone. Just think about it. Okay, here goes. 77th Brigade. If you don't know what that is, Google it. GCHQ. Literally just over there. No one's tapped on my window yet. Is that a bit weird? MI5. But not only that, who has heard of the Counter Disinformation Unit? Who has heard of those? Those 4 things which I've just said, look into them. Make a list, write them down, do some research. The more people we have researching into these which I believe nefarious organisations for our safety. How safe do we need to be? Do you remember health and safety when that came out? Do you really need a sign saying, caution, there's a hole in the pavement right in front of you? Do you need these great big plastic yellow, red, white striped bloody signs saying, caution, caution, there's a hole? Well, guess what? If I was Prime Minister, I would abolish all of that crap. Do you know what? Because that is literally an assault on intelligence and common sense. Do you agree with me or do you not? I would say if you're walking down the street and you fell down a hole, guess what? It's your own frigging fault for not looking where you're bloody going. You're an adult. You, yes, you watching now, are over 18 and legally you are an adult. And you, yes, you are responsible for your own actions. Whatever you do, there's no one else to blame. No one to blame but yourself. No one. If you fall down the hole, tough. It's no one else's fault. What are you going to do? Sue someone and say, there should have been a sign there? No, dickhead. You should have been looking where you're frigging going. Common sense. Can you see where this is going? They're removing people's ability to frigging think for themselves. It's like we need signs to tell us what to do. Really? Like my friend said on the army range. It's just a sign to me. Carry on. It's crazy. Who remembers back in the 15 and 1600s, a long time ago, looking at historical reports, witches were being burnt? Who remembers the Spanish Inquisition? Shh, don't mention the Spanish Inquisition. Good God, GCHQ's there. No one's come over. Lots of this is fear. They're trying to scare you, saying, oh, if I spoke out or done something, I'm going to lose my job. Guess what? There's loads of jobs out there. There really is. They're making you think there isn't, but there is. Okay? If you really don't like being in the job you're in, if the money's crap, your boss is one of those, get out of there. What are you doing? It's your life. You, watching right now, are responsible for yourself, no one else. If you're unhappy, what are you going to do about it? Oh, I know. Stay unhappy. Well, guess what? Join that queue of retards who think their privacy is not a problem. Yeah. Bye. Go and join the retard group. There's a good little boy or girl. Well done. Yes, we need people to start manning up and doing what they friggin' should be doing, which is just saying no. No more. I've had it up to here with your goddamn horse shit. No, I've had it up to here. I don't like it. It makes me feel bad. I don't agree with it. It's out of order. I can see where this is going. I'm not stupid. I'm a friggin' grown-up. What are you going to do about it? At least friggin' tell other people, because if the other people are retards, help the retards or get rid of the retards. It's up to you. But at the end of the day, it comes back to the same thing. You are responsible for yourself. You can't blame anyone. You can't say, no one told me I won't be able to chat with my friends privately. Oh my God, they've been looking at what I've been writing. Oh no, you can't hold your nose and go under the water no more. No, you are responsible for yourself. Now, basically, you're looking at the organisations, what I've just mentioned. They are fundamentally going to be backing up, doing whatever they can to aid Agenda 2030. United Nations. United Nations, if you don't already know, are the global government. They are. In disguise, yes, sir, they are the global government. And it looks like the World Economic Forum is going to join groups with them or to replace them. Guess what? Speaking of that, I don't know if anyone has heard this. It's a rumor, but Klaus Schwab at some point is going to be replaced by none other than our learned friend, Mr. Tony Blair, head of the World Health Organization. No, The World Economic Forum? Yes. There's so many three-letter agencies. Yes. Tony Blair in charge of the WEF. It's a rumour. Wherever it happens, we will see. Maybe something unfortunate might happen to our Mr. Schwab friend. You're the Itzbugs, and everyone will be happy. Yeah. Guess what? Mr. Schwab, if you're very fortunate enough to watching this, you, sir, are a retard. 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 Yes. Mr. Schwab is, in fact, an absolute retard. Her fart's having a laugh. Tony Blair, a warm criminal. Yes. Oh, yes. Mr. Blair is a very, very serious, nasty piece of work. I've done a live stream in the past exposing Tony Blair and others. Keir Starmer as well. There's one to watch. Guess what? The Fabian Society. Who has heard of the Fabian Society? Tony Blair. He set history when he was in power. Now, that guy, watch Tony Blair. Him and Keir Starmer is basically Tony Blair. Okay? Look at the elections at the end of next year. Like I said, December 2024 in the UK into 2025. If you haven't seen it, watch my predictions video. Yeah, that stuff for that period of time is going to be a freaking true nightmare. And we're just warming up towards that. That is why they have precisely released this Online Safety Act right now, leading up to 2024, 2025. You can literally see all of this agenda with its targets and goals right up to 2030. You can see it. The more you research, the more that you know, the more where you can see all this is going. Yes. Lots of people I know have already moved out of the cities already. If you haven't done so, or if you think you can't afford it, or you don't want to be away from family, your kids are at school, I know it's hard. I had to make that decision. You can do it. There's always a way. The only thing that you're going to need is to make that a goddamn priority. Because if you don't, you'll end up staying in the city. If you're in the city by 2030, good luck. That's all I'm going to say. So, who has read or seen the film 1984? George Orwell. Yes. Fascinating book and a really dark film. If you've not seen that film, 1984, if you really want to depress yourself, I can highly recommend it. But what you saw in that film is exactly what we're seeing now. Exactly. Okay. Now, who has heard of Edmund Burke? Edmund Burke. Does that ring a bell? Now, quote, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing." It's true. If good people just sat back, done nothing, nope, I don't want to stand out. If good people done nothing, guess what? Evil wins. It's a piece of cake for evil to win. Good people need to start doing something now. Do you think we've had enough so far with all of this crap that's going on? We probably already know loved ones, friends and family, who have been split over that BS exercise which happened in 2020. I had a best friend who I met at art college way back in 1988. We were friends right up to 2020, and he went revealing what his beliefs were politically, fundamentally disagreed. Guess what? Best friend for all him years, no longer a best friend. I know how much this crap divides people. And I know you guys are watching right now. I've had it too. The worst thing, the hardest thing, if that crap happens within the family. So partners will break up over it. Mums and dads, sons and daughters, they will literally be torn within the family unit. And that was one of the fundamental things on their tick list, which they had to do their best to make happen, and it worked like a charm. I know you guys watching right now in the chat and you guys watching on the replay have noticed this firsthand. Families and stuff have literally been foobarred over it, and it's very, very hard to pin it back. Sonny, if you're still watching, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Bless you, you've had it with your own, and I know that well sucks. It's seriously, seriously bad. So going back to the counter disinformation unit, now that was set up in 2019. What a coincidence. All of his 2020 thing was already planned. If you don't know, watch and look into Event 201. Okay, that was publicly released in 2019, talking about a global pandemic. And guess what happened? Coincidence? Training exercise. That's what 2020 was. In my opinion, you are absolutely free to believe whatever you want. Absolutely, of course you can. But that was set up in Whitehall. Yes, the CDU. So the Counter Disinformation Unit. Who remembers a documentary back in 2012, I think, on the Discovery Channel called The Internet Revolution? If it's still available online, it's worth a watch. Now, in that documentary was this group of people in China back then, 11 years ago now. They were called 50 centers, as in like 50 cents. You know, if you're in America, you got dollars and cents. So 50 cents, what does that mean? So we're looking at China way back in 2012 or around that time. Can't remember exactly, but it's around that time. The government was paying people, teams and teams, we're talking thousands of people, pretty much students of student age. They had them all in these offices. Do you know what their job was? Their job was to go online and basically troll anyone who is trying to reveal the truth or speaking out against the government. Every single time that they left a comment which is countering the narrative, they got paid 50 cents per comment. So what an incentive. You're in China. It's poor as hell. You need as much money as you can just to survive and help your family. So you're going to go to work in this great big huge office space and spend all day like this, 50 cents, boom, 50 cents, boom, making as much money as they can, trying to literally pour water all over the fire that the people are making because they are not agreeing with whatever the Chinese government is saying. That's fact. We are seeing that right now. So the Counter Disinformation Unit is crazy. Who dreams of this stuff? These people are literally doing the same. They are monitoring, they are swaying public opinion, they are treating anything which goes against the narrative as disinformation or misinformation. Crazy. It's absolutely disgusting what's going on. Elizabeth, thank you very much for that donation on PayPal. It seriously helps. Bloody hell, do you know what? I thought I saw a light come on the net over there. We're getting away with this. GCHQ is literally, oh God, it's really hard to see. It's dark now. I got here just before it got dark. You can see all the lights around the car park. It's hard to guess how far away it is, but I thought I saw a torch, but it's nothing there. That was lucky. So yes, so we're looking at the same thing which has happened in the past. Don't forget, if you don't know the past, you don't know the future. What happened in communist Russia? What happened in communist China? What happened about in Cambodia and the Philippines? There's other countries. Look at places in South America and indeed Central America. Every time you've seen the narrative swing, then we're in control, dictators, we want you to be safe and all of that stuff. That crap's coming down the pipe real fast. Real fast. And if you don't believe me, shut your mouth, stick around and find out. Who's heard that term, F around and find out? It is pretty much all of that. So, real talk. We're coming to the end of the video now. Now, how many of you have got kids, children? How many of you have got grandkids? Grandparents. How many of you? Now, I was born in the very early 70s, 1971. I have been here through quite a few changes already, and I'm only 52 right now. I lived in a time where there wasn't mobile phones, there wasn't the internet. We used to sort of finish school and go over and play football until it was dark. Walked home on our own, had tea, had a wash, done some homework, went to bed. There wasn't no fear back then. There wasn't no, oh my God, there's dodgy people out there, they're going to kidnap you and stuff. All of that wasn't there. And I think what's happened since the internet, that has given so many people so much information. And it's probably the better the devil you know. Back in the day, in the 70s and the 80s, you come home from school, the old man will have the telly on, and there'd be like the 6 o'clock news and all of that. All of that stuff was heavily censored. Okay, you didn't see raw live footage from the battlefront of a conflict going on. You never saw that. But guess what's happening now? You can go on X, used to be Twitter, and you can see people getting their heads cut off for real. Yeah. How does that make you feel knowing that your son, your daughter, your grandkids are watching that? It's pretty crazy. I believe that kids now are already messed up with the education system of how it is. It is absolutely screwing with kids. It's messing kids up so much. We have kids now in class kneeling down on the floor thinking they're a cat, and it's accepted by the teachers. What the? Really? That's going on, if you didn't already know. If you didn't know, shock, newsflash, that's the reality. Yeah, it's unbelievable. They're teaching like kids under the age of 11 how to masturbate. That's frigging disgusting, demonic, evil, and plain frigging wrong. So what we are looking at is a complete screw up of a whole entire generation. And if you are one of those who are just going to stand back, let it happen, not question anything, don't go to school and have it out with your teacher or the headmaster. If you're not going to do anything about it, when that kid grows up and leaves school and it's so messed up, you as the parent got yourself to blame. At the end of the day, you are a parent. It's your job to look after your kids. If you want to sign them away to a government-funded school, knowing full well that you hate and don't trust the government, it's up to you. But guess what? There's always a way around it. There is. You just need to find it. You need to make it a priority. Seriously. Terry, thank you for that. Wow. You guys on PayPal have been so kind tonight. I really appreciate that. And indeed, everyone who has... wow, sorry I've missed you guys. We got Brian. Hi from Scotland. Did you get my emails? Brian, I'm really sorry, mate, but I've got over 2,000 emails to read, and it's taken so long to go through them. Some of them, some people just send me a link to a YouTube video with nothing on there. And if I've got time, I'll click on it. And sometimes it's a 2-hour video. How the hell am I going to find time to do all of that stuff? I just haven't got the time, but I will try, Brian. I will get through the emails, I promise. Sunny, wow. Cami Tenshi, that's awesome. Bus driver with Virginia. Beverly, awesome. And Filter the Noise, and Keith as well. And John for joining as a member. I really appreciate all your donations. You guys have been amazing. So yes, going back to it, what are we going to do now? I done a video a while ago, and you can search it, and the quickest way to search it is to go into the search bar in YouTube and type in Funky Prepper Start Saying No. Watch that video, tell me what you think, leave a comment under this one if you watched it, or indeed watch that one and comment under that one. Because what I am trying to do is I'm trying to get to people to give them confidence to start losing the fear, because all it is fear. Fear will absolutely stick you in the treacle. It will stick you in the treacle. I am sat here in a car right outside GCHQ talking about the online safety bill live to over 1,500 people in the chat. I don't know how many people are watching this who are not in the chat. It's fear. Fear stops people doing things. If I can do this, you can. I'm not a 6th Dan black belt. I don't walk around a council estate with a pit bull thinking I'm our Bruce Lee. Yet here I am, sat here in a car. I found out how to do it all by myself. I haven't got a team. That's why you guys who donate really help. I can sit here outside a highly top secret place like that right there and have no fear about speaking my truth. I actively encourage everyone to rise up, lose the fear, and do whatever they feel they need to do to help as many younger generations as we possibly can. When they grow up, they're going to look at us, and do you know what they're going to say? Now, this really got to me when I read this a few years ago. Just imagine your son, your daughter, your grandson or granddaughter look you in the eyes when all of this goes pear-shaped, and it will. It looks like it will. They're going to look you in the eye and they're going to say, what did you do when all this is going on? What did you do? How the hell are you going to act then? If you've got no conscience, you'll be fine. I know most human beings, on the whole, are good people, believe it or not. There's only a few that ruin it for everyone else. I know most of you agree with that sentiment, and I stand by that wholeheartedly every single time. And we need to do something, whatever it is. Don't feel what you're thinking of doing is going to be insignificant. If everyone done something, it's better than doing nothing at all. Okay? Spark up conversations when you go to the supermarket. Speak to people. Tell people. Try to get them on board. Okay? It's really going to friggin' help. Samantha, thank you for that donation on PayPal. Where's all these female followers come from? I don't understand. When I started this YouTube channel back in 2012, in January, the amount of females subscribed to this channel was probably 5%. 5%. Now it's 40%. So what does that tell me? That tells me that since 2020, most females are really good intuitives. Females know intuitively, call it mother's intuition if that's familiar to you. Lots of females are really, really intuitive. That's why lots of females know, they feel something's not right, and they are coming online trying to find out what the friggin' hell is going on, and if they can find someone they resonate with who is literally speaking on their behalf, or lots of the things that they fundamentally agree with. And it's amazing to see this change from 5% to nearly 50% now of females joining the prepping community. Sorry, the aware prepping community like we have here. So many females are members now. It's just incredible. Full of hope, thank you for that donation as well. A member, and guess what? A female by the look of things. Good to see you. Brilliant. Tell me how is your house tidy? Mine stacked to the rafters, every room, laugh out loud. Yes. Well, do you know what? I had to designate a room for my preps. The rest of the house is a normal, clean, functional, tidy house, which is, I think, what we should all strive to do. But I understand that space is sometimes very difficult to come by. I would say stack what you can, what you think is important. Make sure that you've got enough room to move around in there quickly, because if you have to get out of your house in an emergency, the last thing you want to do is to fall over boxes of tin beans and stuff. Okay, that'd be my advice. But yes, I know what you're saying. Mike McIntyre, wow, the comedian. Only joking. How are you not surrounded yet? You're a ninja. I know, it's crazy. I wish I could take that off of there and show you, but it's literally, you can't really see too much. But yeah, it's a bit weird. And I am surprised I've not had a knock on the door. Do you know what? Actually, my car's probably steamed up because I got the windows shut here. Yeah, if I thought I'm going to do this, and if something happens and they come out, I reckon they're going to probably smirk and say, "We've been listening to you the whole time." And I'm going to say, "Yeah, I know." So we're all going to have a bit of a laugh. They're telling me to move on, and I'll end the live stream. But it's pretty crazy, Mike, what's going on. Sit outside Flying Dales next time. Oh, forgive me. I don't know what Flying Dales is. I don't know. You'll have to enlighten me. Crazy. The Divine Feminine, Belinda, 100% on point. Absolutely. So yes, what I'm trying to say is we need to sort of do our bit. Like I said, how many times have we drawn a line in the sand and this horrible agenda is just rolling along? It's rolling along. I'm doing the best I can to reach out to as many people as possible. I remember saying to someone back in 2016, I said, not if, but when I get to 100,000 YouTube subscribers. There's a big difference between if or when, by the way. When I get to 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to be waking people up. That's exactly what I've been doing. I've had people accuse me of fear porn, scaremongering, begging, grifting, all of that stuff. And do you know what I say to these people? Nothing. I can't be bothered. But if there's any of you guys who say those things who are watching now, all I'm going to say is this isn't scaremongering. This is helping. We need as many people as possible privy to this information so we can plan and prepare and protect our loved ones. That's the fundamental message. I've been saying it since day one. If people accuse me of begging, no way. I've always said to people, if you can, it really helps, but you don't have to. When I look at someone begging, do you know what they do? They sit down outside a shop doing nothing. Well, how is this begging? I've been making free content for 13 frigging years on YouTube, over nearly 900 videos now for free. So now this has turned out to be my job, and it's the only way that I can pay my bills and to keep getting this information out there. So it's not begging. Begging is asking for money for doing nothing. So if you think I'm begging, guess what? You, sir or lady, can join the retards. We got a lot of retards tonight, haven't we? Retard! Joe Biden, Potato Joe, is another retard. In fact, I think Potato Joe's one retard of the year. So yes, if you're accusing me of all that, I really don't care. It doesn't bother me. I know I'm doing what I need to do. I'm on my path. I'm following my intuition. I'm following the signs. I'm helping as many people as I can. I'm learning, growing, and developing myself. I'm learning now to forgive people who have wronged me, who have really got to me. I'm forgiving them because they're projecting out, they're working through their issues, and it's down to them. It's none of my business. So I'm being me. And if you want to be you, absolutely you can. But let me tell you this, when you start losing the fear and your intuition is working and you're following your gut instinct at all times, no matter how dangerous or scary or serious it might be, if you keep going and you follow your intuition and you become not scared of sitting outside GCHQ doing a live stream about the online safety bill, if you become not scared, guess what? So many good things happen, you would not friggin' believe it. You would not believe it. Your life will change. You're sitting there in your house with your mortgage or your flat thinking, I wish I could live in the countryside, but I can't. But guess what? It's easy. It's really easy. And the secret is, don't be scared about anything. Follow your intuition, follow the signs, and do whatever they do. Leave your job, do something else, whatever it is. Follow, help people. And guess what? All of a sudden, like me, you'll find yourself living out in the countryside without any fear at all. Absolutely true. 100% true. And it works. But you need to believe in yourself. And you, my sonny Jim, need to do the physical footsteps yourself. No one is going to come along and give you a house, give you a car. Have a vision. Think about where you want to be. It'll be a split second. You do every single thing you possibly can, making it a priority to take one step at a time to making your little dream a reality. And then guess what? It will happen. 100%. You got to keep going. And guess what? You're going to be thrown curveballs from time to time. All of a sudden, things will go bad, really bad. You have to keep going. And remember, the next day is a new day. Okay? Try not to think about the past or the future. Just think about today. If it's a crap day, just get through it. Anything positive at all, focus on that. The more you think about the positive thing, all of that negative, bad stuff which is happening will slowly quieten down. And all of the happy, fun, positive stuff will get louder. And it will take over. And it will replace. What you're doing is you're losing the fear. You're living in the now. You can't do nothing about what happened yesterday or last year. It's happened. Nothing you can do. Stop worrying about it. You can't do jack about that now. No one can. The time machine, H.G. Wells, it wasn't real. You can't go back in time. Forget about it. Don't think, dwell, worry about the past, because all that's going to do is that's going to eat away at your very precious now time. It's the now time where you want to try and be proactive, happy, and as good as you possibly can be. And spread it around. Oh wow, we've had a mail. Stephen, thank you very much for that donation on PayPal. Wow, I'm thinking there's women everywhere. Where's the guys gone? You guys are amazing. If Margaret, if you're watching, I hope you're well, and get well soon, because I know you're not doing too well with your injury. So let's leave it there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to PayPal, transfer the money, and I'm going to go to the cash point. I think there's one just up the road by that garage. I think it's Waitrose or something up there, back on the A40, I think it was. I'm going to go there and I'm going to get some diesel to get me to drive all the way back to Wales. It's going to be a late one. I'm glad I had some coffee. It's now nearly 20 to 10 and I've got about a 3-hour drive now. So yeah, it's going to go home. It's going to be cold, but I'll be all right. I'm going to get in the bed. Hot water bottle tonight. So you guys, thank you so much for coming along on this live stream. And yes, just remember what I said about this Online Safety Act. It's law now, okay? Pretty soon they are going to be spying and monitoring on every single freaking communication that we are doing online. Everyone who's donated tonight, thank you so much. You've helped more than you can realize. Seriously. Everyone who has clicked share and shared this video, I really appreciate that, because if people don't share this video, I think Facebook is amazing. People really share it well on Facebook, in Facebook groups. They put the link up there. WhatsApp's another one, and I think Telegram. Now there's quite a few Telegram groups out there with people like myself speaking about this sort of stuff. So when you share stuff on Telegram, WhatsApp, and Facebook, excuse me, it really, really helps. So all of you people who are watching on the replay who didn't make it live, thanks so much for sharing this video. It really helps. The thumbs up, like Kaz says, London girl, please share, like, and subscribe. If you like what you've just listened to, please considering subscribing. It really helps. You don't have to. If you do, try and remember to hit that notification bell, because every now and again I will do live streams, and some of them I've had giveaways on. Recently I've given away 5 brand new torches, and yes, we are going into winter now. People are asking me where the hell do I get torches from. There will be some torch videos coming soon with, guess what, 40 to 50% discounts off. You won't get that in most other places, especially here in the UK. America maybe, but in the UK it's very difficult. So basically, really good high level torches, half price. I should imagine it'll be coming soon. So like I said, join the mailing list. All of those links are underneath the video. What else? Send me an email if you want to. It really, really helps. Comment under the video or mention something in the live chat. Thank you, Rachel Gregory. Brilliant. That's really cool. Another moderator, awesome. Like I said, everyone who's commented has taken part in this, because what I like to do is I like to get a really good community, which I know in my heart I have now. You guys are freaking amazing, who watch on a regular basis. John Baxter, Cherise, Sum, Crazy Penguin, Raymond, Issamoon, Debbie, Liz, Pilgrim, bloody hell, Hot Sauce Hypo. You guys are amazing. Barbara Edwards, a member. There's so many cool people in the chat, and I see these names on a regular basis. Yorkshire Outdoors and Survival, Funky for PM. You're not the first person to say that. Imagine me as Prime Minister. Oh my God. I think I'll abolish health and safety. What do you reckon? That's a good start, isn't it? Give people the right to think for them freaking selves. But yes, everyone who's donated, honestly, you've really helped. Amazing. You don't have to, but you seriously helped. Everyone who's commented, you guys are legends. Everyone who's become members, including the new ones, welcome to the members. The Funky Fam, as it's been dubbed by friends on here. Fantastic. And last but not least, the moderators. So along with Rachel and loads of others, the moderators are fantastic. Tim, I've seen Born Outside, amazing. UK Prepper Man, loads and loads of moderators on there. It's really, really incredible. And what do we get from the poll? 94% of people out of 2,031 people said yes, they value their privacy. If you are one of the guys and girls who voted yes, well done. If you are a guy and girl who voted no, you don't value your privacy, then you are a retard. Congratulations. I hope you feel very good in the warm, fuzzy knowledge, knowing that deep down you are a very seriously splendid retard. Unbelievable. So, yes, Liz, good. I can see you got a blue spanner. I'm glad that worked finally. Who else have we got in here? Wow. John Baxter. Just checking the chat before I shoot off. Wow. Do we need any more moderators? We could do, couldn't we? Yeah, thanks everyone. I know people are dropping off now. That's cool. I'm going to get ready, pack all this stuff away and drive all the way back to Wales in a minute. So it's going to be a tough one. But someone's got to do it. Oh, Sky Girl, drive safely. Yeah, thank you. And thank you to Mick as well for the donation on PayPal. And people hitting those little heart buttons. How cool. Isabel from Landod. Good to see you, Isabel. A really cool moderator. Fantastic. Bloody hell, Hot Sauce. Bo. Car exhaust. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if you guys like your hot sauce, click on bloody hell hot sauce. If you can see him in blue as a moderator in the chat, I've re-enabled the chat so you can see the replay after this goes out. He does really good sauce, and for vegans too. So yeah, you're really covered. It's an American guy living in the Isle of Wight, and it's an old family handed down American recipe. It's really good hot sauce. Excellent. London Girl UK, safe journey. Born Outside. Give us a view of GCHQ. You're joking. I tried earlier, mate. There's crap everywhere. If I could have parked up there a bit past them trees by that fence, I might have got it all in. But there's a reason I parked here. I don't really want them seeing me. Yeah. And last but not least, Rachel says, yes, hit it all. That's cool. Right. So that is it. Thank you so much for you guys and girls coming along. Please share the video because this is important stuff. This is going to affect us all. We are running out of time communicating the way we have been used to. We need to think outside the box. If you've got any ideas how to get around messaging people online privately with all of this crap coming down the pipe, please send me an email. It's really, really important. Love Archaics. Yeah. Me and Jason, we're going to be doing some chat soon. So stay tuned. If you're a friend of Jason Bashir's of Archaics, is my brother. And one of these days next year, I think I might go out to Texas and hang out with Jace. How cool would that be? Right. I better get this packed away and drive back to Wales. You guys have been brilliant. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay funky.